Hello students, welcome to Science Learning Gateway. I hope you all are doing good. So today in this tutorial we are going to discuss class 8 economics chapter number 2 meaning and types of economic exercise question answer. This is a requested video. Someone has requested me to upload the question answers of this chapter. That's why I'm uploading the question answers of this chapter number 2 meaning and types of economy. I will explain each and every question so that it will be easy for you to learn the answers and you can write down the answers easily in your exams. Okay, so let's start with our discussion of the exercise question answers of chapter number 2. Before starting guys, I have a small request from you all. If this tutorial is helpful for you, then please click on the like button and share it with your friends also, and don't forget to click on the bell icon so that whenever I will be uploading a new video you will get the notification for that. And if you are new to my channel, you can also subscribe to it, and you can also connect with me through my Facebook page. The link I will provide in the description box. And after that, if you want, in my channel, if you check the playlist of class 8 science, you will get all the chapters of Karnataka State Board. I have explained each and every chapter, and along with the exercise question answer. So you can check those videos of science chapters also in the playlist of class 8 science. Right, so let's start with our discussion of chapter number 2 exercise question answers. First we have fill in the blanks. 5 fill in the blanks are given. Let's first discuss the fill in the blanks questions. First one, what we have, economy refers to the nature of organization of dash. So what does the economy refers to? The nature of organization of economic activities. Economy will always refer to economic activities. Economy is related to economic activities. So you have to write over there economic activities. Second question, what we have, Niti Aayog was set up in dash. In which year Niti Aayog was set up? It was set up in the year 1915. Remember, Niti Aayog 1915. Second question, what we have, free enterprises is a basic feature of dash economy. Free enterprises, it is a basic feature of which economy? We have different types of economy. Okay, so free enterprise is a basic feature of capitalist economy. Okay, it is related with the capitals, it is related with capitalist economy. Next one, good example of capitalist economy is, one example we have to give for capitalist economy, it is USA. USA is a country which shows the example of capitalist economy. Next one, coexistence of public and private sector is seen as dash economy. So where do we, in which economy we can see that public sector and private sector both are involved? In mixed economy. It is a mixing of public and private. You have to remember it is a mixed economy. So with this we have finished the fill in the blanks of this chapter. Now we'll discuss the question answers. Okay, the first question what we have, what is an economy? So we have to write the definition of economy. What is an economy? An economy is a framework of economic institutions. Framework. It is a framework of economic institutions where all the economic activities are carried out to improve individual and social welfare. So what is an economy? It is a framework of economic institutions, means different economic institutions will be involved in economy. And what is the function of this one? They carry out economic activities where all economic activities are carried out in economy. All the economic activities are carried out to improve what? To improve individual and social welfare. Means it will be beneficial for the individual also, for one person also, and it will be beneficial for the whole society also, that is for our social welfare. So once again we'll discuss this answer. An economy is a framework of economic institutions where all the economic activities are carried out. Why all the economic activities are carried out? To improve individual and social welfare. This is the definition of economy. Next question, what is there? Mention the features of capitalist economic system. We have to write some of the features of capitalist economic system. So let's discuss the features of capitalist economic system. The features of capitalist economic system are 6.6 features are there. At least 5 features you should remember, so that you can write that in your exam. First one is private property. Okay, one of the feature of capitalist economic is private property. Second one is freedom of enterprises. Okay, second one is freedom of enterprises. Freedom is given to each and every enterprises in capitalist economy. Next, third one is consumer sovereignty. Okay, consumers sovereignty, consumers freedom, consumers their will, etc. is carried out over there. The consumer sovereignty, the consumers have the right over there. Profit motive, in capitalist economic, profit is also given one of the uh, main importance in that one. Next one, competition, markets and price. Competition is also there, and there is a market, so there will be competition among the prices of different types of goods over there. Absence of government interference, government will not interfere in capitalist economy. These are the features of capitalist economic system. Once again we'll discuss. First one is private property, individual have their own properties, private property. Second one, freedom of enterprises. Third is consumer sovereignty, profit motive, and fifth one is your competition, markets and prices, and the last one is absence of government interference. Government will not interfere in capitalist economy. Government doesn't have any role in capitalist economy. So these are the features of capitalist economic system. Now we'll move towards the third question. What are the defects of capitalist system? Just now we have read about the features of capitalist system. Now we'll discuss about the defects of capitalist system. Okay, an individual acquire the property and use for one's own benefit. So what the people over there in capitalist system do? An individual acquire the property. Individual take the property and use that property for his or her benefit. Business people earn the highest possible profit. The people who are involved in the business, they will earn the highest possible profit. Capitalist class are motivated to maximize their profit. Next, the people who are involved in capitalist economy, the capitalist class, are motivated. They have been told to maximize their profit. They are motivated to maximize their profit, to earn more and more money. These leads to intense competition in equal distribution of wealth. When they will be motivated to earn the profit, what will happen? It leads to competition in equal distribution of wealth. Means there is some competition in the distribution of money, in the distribution of money. If they want to earn profit, definitely there will be competition in distribution of wealth. Production is also guided by consumer choices only in the capitalist economy. Production means what are the goods to be produced is guided by the consumer's choice. Means what the consumer need, that goods will be only produced in capitalist system. So these are the defects of capitalist system. Once again we'll read this answer. An individual acquire the property and use for one's own benefit. The individual will take the property, will buy the property and use that property for one's own benefit. Second is business people earn the highest possible profit. The people who are involved in business, they will earn the highest possible profit. Capitalist class are motivated to maximize their profit. Next, capitalist class. The people who are involved in capitalist class are motivated to maximize their profit. And this will lead to what? This will lead to competition in equal distribution of wealth. Means there will be some competition for the distribution of wealth, money. Production of good is also guided by the consumer's choice only in capitalist system. There is no interference of government in capitalist system. So this was the answer for third question. Now we'll discuss the fourth question. What is planning? Planning. So for studying also, for completing your chapters, completing your syllabus, for that also you have to do some planning, right? So now what is planning in economics? The conscious and wise process through which the government with certain specific objectives utilize the country's resources in a profitable manner in order to secure maximum satisfaction of its people is called planning. So what is planning? Now we'll understand the answer. Conscious and wise process. It is a conscious and wise process through which the government with certain specific objectives. Planning is a conscious and wise process by which what the government will do? Government will apply some of the objectives, some of the rules they will use. The government will use some of the rules, utilizes the country's resources. You know that in our country India, we have so many resources like your minerals, gold, those resources, wood, timber, etc. in a profitable manner in order to secure maximum satisfaction of its people is called planning. So what is planning? The conscious and wise process through which the government will use the conscious and wise process through which the government with certain specific objectives, they will impose some rules. The government will impose some rules to utilize the country's resources in a profitable manner. So they will use the country's resources in such a manner that some profit can be earned in order to secure maximum satisfaction of its people, and this will be related to the people also. People should also get benefit from that. So that is called planning. Okay, so you have to remember it is a conscious and wise process through which the government with certain specific objectives utilizes country's resources in a profitable manner in order to secure maximum satisfaction of its people. It's called planning. Next question, what we have, question number 5. How are economies classified on the basis of level of development? Now, on the basis of level of development, how economies are classified? It is classified into two categories. On the basis of level of development, you can see in the question it's written basis of level of development. On the basis of level of development, economies can be classified into two categories. So, what are the two categories on the basis of level of development? Developed economy and developing economy. You have heard about the word developed country and developing country. As our country India, it is still a developing country, right? And the countries like USA, America, those are developed countries, right? So on the basis of level of development, economies can be classified into two categories: developed economy, developing economy. This is the easy answer. Next, question number 6. How does government regulate the activities of private sector in a mixed economy? You know that in mixed economy, public sector is also there and private sector is also there. That's why it is called a mixed economy. So what is the question? How government will regulate the activities of private sector in mixed economy? What is the role of government for regulating the activities of private sector in mixed economy? That answer we have to write. First point is, government adopts a planning mechanism to direct the utilization of resources of the economy for overall development. Means the government will plan, will make some planning to use the resources of the economy for overall development. Government will make some rules. They will plan in the way so that they can use the resources of the economy for the development, right? Second one, it also regulates the activities of the private sector through various policies. Now, the government will also regulate the activities of the private sector through by many types of policies, such as licensing policy. One of the name of the policy is licensing policy. Second one is taxation policy. Third is price policy, monetary policy, and fiscal policy. 5 policies. So there the government will also regulate the activities of private sector through various policies. And what are the names of the policies? Licensing policy, taxation policy, price policy, monetary policy, and fiscal policy. These are the 5 policies which you have to remember. By these policies, government regulate the activities of private sector. And first one is that government will take some rules, some decisions, some plan to utilize the resources for the overall development. So this is the answer for question number 6. Now we'll move towards question number 7. What is question number 7? What is disinvestment? What is disinvestment? Okay, investment, you know that in investment, we suppose you want to buy a property or land. For that you have to invest the money. That is called investment. And what is disinvestment? Now we'll read that. Government is selling its share of public sector industries, which is called disinvestment. What the government used to do? They used to sell its share of public sector industry. Government has some share for the public sector industries. If the government will sell those shares of public sector industries, it is called disinvestment. Okay, selling of public sector shares by the government is called disinvestment. You can write like this: government is selling its share of public sector industries, which is called disinvestment. Okay, right? Now the last question of this chapter: why is India considered a developing economy? Just now I've told you that India is a developing country. So why India is considered as a developing economy? That answer we'll write over there. India is considered a developing economy because the national and per capita income of India is low. This is the first point. Why India is considered as developing economy? Because the national and per capita income of India is low. What is national economy? The total income of the country. That is called the national income. Okay, the national and per capita income of the country is very low. That's why it is considered as a developing economy. India has backward agriculture and industrial sectors with low savings. Now, India, you know that most of the people in our country, India, they are engaged in agricultural activities, and some industries are also there in India. Many industries are there in India. So India has backward and agricultural sectors with low savings. the country, the industrial sector and agriculture sector is also not working properly, and they have very low savings, investment and capital formation. They have very low savings as well as investment and capital formation, means money formation. It has low standard of living in India. In our country India, it has low standard of living, poor health, the health of the people is also not good, and sanitation. You can see that in many places in the village areas or in some cities also, there is so much pollution, say there is so much dirt and clean. People don't maintain hygienic around their surroundings. It's not clean and all. Sanitation means what it is, means the sanitation, that people should maintain sanitation, means clean. They should keep this home as well as the surrounding clean and hygienic, so that is sanitation. But in our country, the health as well as the sanitation is not at all good. High infant mortality, death rate. Okay, the children who are giving high infant mortality as well as high birth and death rates and poor infrastructure. The many times what happens, the children when they are born, sometimes death occurs because of the health issues and all. That is also there. High birth rate is also there. The population is increasing at an alarming rate in our country. Death rate is also there, and poor infrastructure. In our country, the infrastructure is also not good. That's why it is considered as a developing economy. Once again, we'll discuss the answer. India is considered as a developing economy because the national and per capita income in India is low. This is first point. Next one you can read, India has a backward agriculture and India's industrial sector. Agriculture sector and industrial sector is also not working properly, with low savings, investment and capital formation. It has low standard of living. The people in India, they have low standard of living, poor health and sanitation, high infant mortality and high birth and death rate, and poor infrastructure. Because of these reasons, India is considered as a developing economy. With this, we have finished the question answers of the chapter number 2, meaning and types of economy. I hope you all have understood the question answers. If you have any doubt, you can comment in the comment section. I will try to clear your doubt. Thank you for watching my channel Science Learning Gateway. If you like this tutorial, then please click on the like button and share it with your friends also. Don't forget to click on the bell icon so that whenever I will be uploading a new video, you will get the notification for that. And if you are new to my channel, then please subscribe to it. You can also connect with me through my Facebook page. If you will connect with me through my Facebook page, you can ask your doubt in that also. Thank you for watching.